So we had the announcement over the weekend, a 90-day suspension of the tariffs with China.
Yeah.
What is your instinct as to where this is headed?
So, Adam, I am not very sure if what will happen after 90 days, but a lot of companies have the same question. We are going to wait for decisions to be made at a country level as far as tariffs go. But what can we do meanwhile to see if we can offset some of those decisions that cannot be made in the short term with decisions that can be made that can impact how supply chains operate? So a lot of companies are focused on the positive parts of it. Can I use technology to help predict a little bit of my supply chain while there is still the uncertainty of tariffs that will still continue to be there for the next 3, 4, 5 months? So a lot of companies are positively looking at it to say, how can I build the technologies that can help me solve whatever the tariff situation can be in 3 months or 6 months, because that might be still an uncertain phase even after 3 months.
Is 90 days enough time to allow a company to reposition?
So no, 90 days is not enough to reposition as far as making decisions on where the supply chain needs to make changes. But you have now enough time to take the data and build models so that when the time comes for you to make those decisions, you are now having all of the criteria considered in your models. So a lot of companies did not invest much in AI previously, but now it has become that much more important because of the variability of the tariffs that has added one more component to the model calculations. So this is a good thing that some companies have taken advantage of the AI improvements in AI modeling, and they are working with companies like Nagarro. So I hear a lot of companies want to talk to me about what can I use AI for in the short term, with the assumption that the models that you're going to build with me are going to be useful once the tariff have been permanently decided on by the countries that we are talking about.
Well, I want to break this down to a very basic question.
Yeah.
I've got major retailers reporting earnings this week, Walmart, the world's largest retailer.
Yeah.
How does this impact them?
So short term, I don't think Walmart will know what they can predict for the next quarter and the quarter of that. I think Christmas is still 6, 8 months away, so nothing is going to impact in the short term. But I'm hoping that the 3 months that the companies have gotten now as sort of a reprieve, sort of a thing, they're going to use that time to build their AI models. So when the time comes to make a decision on, you want to make medium term and long term decisions on supply chain, hopefully by Q3 of this year, they have that data that ready to make those decisions. So nothing in the short term. I think short term, it's going to be still wait and watch as far as the tariffs go, but build the technology so you're ready for whatever is thrown at you from a tariff perspective.
How does the technology help Walmart? I mean, isn't just a matter, wouldn't their human beings who know their source and supply chains be the people to make those decisions?
So there is a human element to AI, absolutely, no doubt about it. I mean, technology cannot solve all of the challenges that supply chains throw at you, but there are a lot of factors that go into a model, and it's humanly impossible to factor all of that in a spreadsheet or in a human brain. So whether it's weather patterns, whether it's country tariffs, or whether it is distance to destination of a particular product and from the source country as well, there are many factors that come into play, and AI models are now able to churn through a lot of those criteria in a faster manner. So you build the models and you make the models learn with the data that you have had for the last 3, 4, 5 years, and you're now ready when the time comes to crunch that data to make a decision on, now I'm going to change my supply chain for the next season to buy product from this country versus that country, for this destination versus that destination.
So I'm going to repeat what you've said to make sure I
Sure.
understand.
Sure.
Uh, it doesn't sound like the retailers, when they report, will be able to give true or accurate guidance for the coming quarters. That's the first point you're making.
Absolutely right. At the moment, it's still a little uncertain as far as prediction, but I think they will feel confident that the U.S. government has agreed to some sort of a discussion that they will have with countries out there. So that is a positive thing that they will take from that. That there's not going to be a drastic decision again it's going to be a well thought through decision.
And the second point you're making is that they are shifting to AI models to help them make their decisions because AI can crunch through the different data, whether it's specific tariffs, which will be different for each country based on destination for where they want goods to be sent. Is that
Right.
accurate?
Absolutely right. And it's product category by product category as well, because apparel footwear could be different, packaged goods could be different. So you can break it down by category. So you're not predicting for the whole corporation of Walmart. It is now category by category. You can build those models depending on what type of product that you're trying to model for.
Is it adding cost to their overhead?
Initially it looks like it's not going to, because there's a lot of competition in the AI space. So from a AI consumption point of view, there's enough folks out there competing for the large retailers. So I don't think it's going to be that pricey at the moment. But as the models get complex over the next 3 4 5 quarters, people are going to stop giving those discounts that they're giving today to get people attracted to a particular AI company, AI solution company. So initially it's not going to be a big deal. I think over time it'll be a little expensive, but by then the benefits will be accrued to those companies. So then they can justify the spend that they're going to be making on AI.
If you're an investor, are you saying that uh, in the earnings calls from different retailers, they should be listening to see if they're using AI models for supply chain? Or what's the question if you were an analyst you would ask?
What is your AI strategy? And do you have enough of a foundation built? And what is your plan if you do not have the foundation built for AI for the next couple of quarters?
And what are your clients asking of you in regards to that?
So they are asking us, can you help us build that foundation model so that we have all of the data, all of the criteria considered, criteria that were never considered before, data that was never considered before in all of these models. So building all of that stuff takes a little bit of time, and companies want to consider every piece of data that they have.
And do you think, regardless of the outcome, let's say we had a perfect outcome and 10% across the board tariffs worldwide,
Yeah.
would these models still serve a purpose going forward?
Absolutely. And there are business cases coming out that people have not thought through before. So once you have these models and you are now using it for 10 business cases, use cases, you will come up with 10 more at some point. Tomorrow, AI could be used for design as well. So there could be many use cases once you have these models built for the use cases that you have in front of you today.